Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why Black Panther might just be another average movie. The thing is, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, how can you say that, If you want to see my spoiler-free review, I've said it, the link's down below, it's all good. I love the movie. Now the thing is, obviously you're going to be like, oh, but why are you still making this video? See, there are a lot of things which I have to address, alright? There are issues with the film. I gave it a 7 on 10, even though I enjoyed it. So now, let's get to it. Alright, first off, I want to talk about the villain, alright? I love the villain, but his costume. The thing is, we've always had these villains with the exact same thing as the hero. For Iron Man, we had, Grindstein with another suit. For Iron Man 2, we had Banco with another suit. For Thor, we had Loki. And then for Hulk, we had Abomination. And for Phase 2, for Ant-Man, we had Yellow Jacket. And in Phase 3, we had Doctor Strange was another sorcerer. It's like a recurring theme in the origin movies. It feels like, oh yeah, we are gonna have another polar opposite of the hero. And in this, it's the same suit, he just gains another Black Panther suit and he just fights, which is golden color, that's it. So the thing is, it's not really you might be like, oh, you're just nitpicking. I mean, obviously, this is like a fact, right? It has been repeated over the course of time, and when you really think about it, oh, why the hell are they doing it again, right? So they could have come up with something different. I mean, it makes sense according to the plot, but Ryan is a great director, right? He can make something else, but they still made it, and that's one of the drawbacks. So on to the next part, the CGI, it was the absolute horrendous CGI. I got used to it so much that I did not see it first time, but when I kept on viewing it the second time, I realized how bad the CGI was. The rhinos, the fights, I let bygones be bygones in the first viewing, but in the second viewing, it felt like, what the hell is wrong with these people? How could they just let this bad CGI pass? I'm fine with bad CGI. It's not that I'm nitpicking or anything, but it's a Marvel movie, right? Thor had bad CGI in some places, but it still wasn't that distinct. But in this one, it was so distinct. I was like, what the hell? Even in the fight where, Killmonger and T'Challa falls down and they both have the whole, battling like Spider-Man 3. So in that, the CGI was so bad and the whole wildlife. I mean, I agree that Wakanda is CGI, but then, they could have done it better, or they could have given it some length of time, but unfortunately they didn't and they released it. So that's one of my problems. So on to the next one. I would say the plot of the film is quite predictable, because the fact being, let's look at it, right? The king is there and then he becomes the king, and then someone challenges him, he falls down, obviously he didn't die, but then again, he comes back and he wins the day. We have seen this so many times, we have seen it in every other movie. Even Thor Ragnarok had a very similar plot, alright? And any other movie with any king, literally, it is the most cliched plot ever. I'm not even kidding. Anyone could have seen it. I'm like, yeah, T'Challa's not dead, most probably he's alive, because even though I've not seen the trailer, I can tell you that because that's what the plot is about, alright? T'Challa's gonna win by the end of the day. And also there were the jokes, alright? I mean, I understand those were classic, sitcom type jokes, but at the same time, when they put it onto this movie, it was nice, but still it was feeling forced in some places. When Ape Man Flash Mabaku or whatever his name is, he says, ho ho and all that stuff, and then he's like, nah, we're vegetarians. I mean, agreed, it's a funny moment, but at what cost? Everything is going serious. In certain ways, when I was watching it, it felt off, even when Martin Freeman says, you need all the help you get. I mean, yes, I chuckled, but then at the same time, it felt very, very forced. Every joke in this movie done by T'Challa, Suri, and all of them, yes, it does blend with them, it's a great chemistry work, I agree to that. But at the same time, it kind of toned down the seriousness. I mean, you might see oh, it's just callous humor, but the point being, it's a film at the same time. Why does everyone have to be like that, Yet, the good part is they let the jokes out of Killmonger, which is the one thing I love a lot about this movie. So yeah guys, these 4 things are the main things which were really making me go what's wrong with this movie? They could have done it better, but I felt that they didn't. It had the hype, it had the whole African American themes, it lived up to certain expectations, and it was good, alright? It's a well done film. It's just that when you look inside the MCU, this is the 18th film, right? They should have done something different, but they didn't. So that's one of my problems. If you've seen the movie, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. So, the main point of this video is that so we could have a conversation. So yeah guys, that's pretty much my view on this. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't like the video, comment, like, subscribe, whatnot. Peace.